Do you think you try to introduce too much new too fast?
No, I think you know, our style, Josh, is we release things when they're ready. And I think that's the way it should be. If you ever start worrying about cannibalizing yourself, you can talk yourself into not doing both things. And so all of our products were ready over that period. Now, would I have liked some of them to be ready a few months earlier? Of course, I would always like that. But generally, we're still going to march down the road of shipping things when they're ready.
And let me ask you, Tim, with this release, investors get a lot of information and metrics. But
Yeah.
as you guys spelled out, listen, there's going to be some changes in disclosure. You're not going to
Yeah.
get the number of iPhones shipped anymore. You guys don't see that as a relevant metric so much as in the past. If that isn't the data points that investors should be focused on, what are the data points that investors should focus on?
That's a good question. Look, what we did years ago, actually with Apple Watch, we've never disclosed units on watch. Why? It wasn't just because we were secretive people. It's that we looked at this and the watches were wide range in terms of pricing. We knew that eventually we would have a cellular watch where there's a stainless steel versus an aluminum. There's even an edition. And so you begin to say, what value is there in adding these things up? I've made the comparison, it's sort of like you and I going to the grocery store and putting things in our cart and coming up to the register and the person saying, how many you got? It doesn't make sense to add them together anymore because the price ranges are so wide. So we didn't do it on watch from the beginning. We've never done it on iPod. As we now step back from the phone, we have phones being sold in the emerging markets, like an iPhone 6S, for around $300. And so you've got a range from $300 to $1,000, or in some cases over $1,000, depending upon your selection of flash and so forth. And so this thing has lost its meaning. And so we felt that at the end of the day, we were giving investors and sort of pointing them to something as if it had this incredible importance to it well beyond what it does. That doesn't mean we're never going to comment on units again. If we think that we can better explain results with talking about units, I'd be glad to say something about them. But generally, to have it on a every 90-day clock of releasing this, I think it does the investor a disservice, frankly. But now we are making additional disclosures as well. Like, for example, we're going to give the gross margin of our services business. We've never done that before. Services has grown, an incredible amount. We're going to have report over 10.8 billion, and when we report later this month for last quarter, that's a new record.
And what drove that, Tim? Any color? Was that App Store? Was it music?
This is incredibly exciting for us because so many things hit records in there. The App Store did. Apple Music hit a new record. Apple Pay hit a new record. Our search ad product from the App Store hit a new record. iCloud hit a new record. And so, it's very wide, and each of the geographies hit a quarterly record. So even in China, the App Store hit a quarterly record. Why is that? It's because it's driven by the installed base. And our installed base grew nicely year over year in China as well. And as I say in the letter, we've picked up 100 more million active devices over the last 12 months alone. So this is an incredible number. And we've got some interesting things in the pipeline on services, and of course we do on products as well. And so that's sort of another way to grow the company.